everybody, and welcome back for this week's Sound Builders. This week we're going to make something that could drive your family crazy, but it's a nice thing that the sun is shining and so your parents can send you outside to play this, because even though it may be super fun for you, it might be a little annoying for them. But I think Eli is probably most excited about making this one. So today we are going to make singing kazoos. And Eli, well, do you want to demonstrate or shall I? This is how you play it. Okay, so for this instrument, you're going to need a toilet paper roll. You're going to need a cupcake liner. The ones that I have, they're from Christmas. But that's what I have in my house, so that's what we're using. You're going to need some markers, or I found these really cool paint pens that I had at my house, so you could use something like that. You're going to need a rubber band that is about the same size as the toilet paper roll. It could be, you know, it just needs to fit snug around the toilet paper roll. And then you're going to need, and for this one you might need some help from a parent, you're going to need a really sharp, something sharp to poke a hole, and again you might need help from a parent or an older brother or sister, and then you'll need something to open up the hole a little bit. So let's get started. Okay, so I took these toilet paper rolls and I painted them already. So after you've done that, why don't you go ahead and do some decorating on it. I'm going to do mine pretty simple. I think you should just use the markers because the paint pens take a minute to dry. They are pretty fun. You can use them for another project if you want.
Yeah.
All right, so actually need to get this one going a little bit. So have you been using your instruments? As we get farther along in this distance learning process, I'm figuring out new ways to get the information to you for the activities that I'm doing. And so I'm hoping that I'll have some ways that you can use your instruments more definitively. I started off doing them just for fun and something, you know, little projects to do. But as we keep going with this, I actually want you to be able to use your instruments. Another thing that you can do with these instruments is this kazoo in particular. If you watched my How to Play Name That Tune video, this is a great way to play Name That Tune. In fact, I think we'll be doing that at the dinner table tonight for our family, because it's like instead of humming, you're going to hum into your kazoo. Did you know that with a kazoo, the kazoo doesn't make the sound by itself? If I just blow into it, nothing actually happens. I actually have to hum something into it, kind of sing into it. And what's kind of fun about these kazoos is because the opening for where you put your mouth is so big, you can actually like just kind of sing into it, which is why it's called a singing kazoo, because a lot of kazoos you can only blow into, but you still have to blow and hum to get the sound. So a lot of times I'll have kids get a kazoo and they go, it doesn't work. But that's because they were just blowing into it. That is what makes the kazoo part rattle, and it won't rattle if you don't actually use your voice. So, all right, how are you doing there, Eli? You about ready?
I named it something.
Okay, and you can do as much.
Family annoyance device.
Oh, he's calling it the family annoyance device, and yes, absolutely, it will be. Okay, so basically what you're gonna do after you've got your toilet paper roll decorated, however you wanna decorate it, is pretty simple. You're gonna take a single cupcake liner. Now make sure, cupcake liners stick together really closely, so make sure that you have somebody help you to make absolutely certain that you've only got one. It won't work quite as well if you have more than one. So you just put the cupcake liner on top of the kazoo, and then you stretch the rubber band around it. Now you might need another pair of hands to get it. There we go. You want to have it pretty even so you can see, it's okay if it's snug, but you can see that Eli's is kind of uneven. So we're going to have him work on pulling that down. Meanwhile, I'm going to put mine on. I had some rubber bands in one of my drawers that were like just the perfect size rubber bands, so hopefully you can find that. If you have a really big one, you could double it. But if it's too loose, it won't hold it on. If it's too tight, it might not let this rattle because it's the paper that's rattling. Okay, so this is the most important part right here. You're gonna take whatever you have that's sharp, and you can see these are really sharp scissors, so I won't let Eli use these. And right at about the middle of the tube, I'm just gonna poke a hole with whatever my sharp instrument is, okay? Then I'm gonna take the end of a pen and just stick the pen in a little bit to open up that hole. So I'm sure you can't see it on this one, but without it, the kazoo won't buzz. So try and sing into that. So you get kind of a sound, but not really. I'm gonna do this part, but then I'm gonna let Eli open it up. Oops, I made that one kind of big. We'll see if that still does the trick. Okay, give it a try. There we go.
Too big, I think.
I think, well, that hole, but also if you press your mouth, let me try it. Yeah, I made the hole too big on this one. Try this one. There we go. So you can see when I was pressing on this one, I pushed too hard and I made the hole too big. So it's really important that you have somebody carefully put that little hole in there and then open it up just a little bit, because if your hole's too big, your kazoo won't work. But we've got two that are working. You can make that the family annoyance device. And with that, we will say goodbye. Are you ready? Here you go.
Goodbye!